As the year goes on, I get closer and closer.
So to learn new skills and to build new acumen.
We can always touch. It's not.
When you get that, then you get a lot more excited about being around children.
Normal, in a sense, with all of the changes.
Or how you can transform your own business.
On developing the whole child, socially, emotionally.
Traditional route of teaching young people
how to set boundaries, because this little victim here needs to know how to.
Doing very well, so they use that term.
Sometimes expanded them to go up to 40 minutes.
All of those things in education, of course, those things are important.
Is going to our heads and our lungs.
The affirmations in the mirror for about 2 minutes.
What did you do in order to get yourself going?
This is amazing.
It happens, what seems to happen quite a bit in our school.
For the families to come, and they
not really for the child, or is it for us, for the parent?
And doing new things for our brain.
Who's orchestrating everything in this universe?
Which parts of the brain are used?
Based on that map that we have.
See you with your smiling face.
Atul, thank you very much for allowing me to join you. Namaste to you, my friends.
Hello, welcome, good morning, good evening to all of you who have joined us from different parts of the world to our Early Childhood Global Spotlight talk show. I am Atul Tyagi, once again from India. I'm also a co-founder of a preschool chain in the name of Wow Kids, having more than 150 centers spread across 20 states of our country. Friends, today, it's a very, very special day as we are doing our first book launch on this wonderful international group. Before we get started here, if you're just new, we do these live shows usually every Sunday, 9 p.m. my time, which is Indian Standard Time, and 11:30 a.m. EST in the United States. The point of these shows is to simply inspire all early childhood educators, parents, and all who have interest in small children. Also, let me tell you, if you have any questions during the show, feel free to leave a comment. We would be happy to take them up during the show. Friends, today, as I told you, we have a wonderful book launch by Jennifer Green Blair. And the name of the book is Gwendoline, Mindful Coloring Book. We are also joined.
Sorry, I was excited.
All right.
I'm excited.
Yes, we are all excited. We are also joined by our very own Maryann Harman from the United States. Before we get started, let me give a very small introduction. Not small, but a good, introduction for our guest, the author of this book that we are going to launch today, Jennifer Green Blair. She is a certified teacher with a variety of wellness and educational qualifications. She has over 17 years of experience working with all ages in the private and public educational systems, and close to 20 years working in the wellness industry. In addition to her B.Ed, she has degrees in environmental science honors, library science with specializations in physics and biology, and has additional qualifications in language health and children wellness education. Furthermore, she is a master trainer for Water Art Fitness International Incorporate, where she supports trainer education. Jennifer is also a life success and wellness coach, as well as author of #1 international best-selling book for children to help them have less stress and anxiety through mindful practice and the origin and the power of healing breath. Over the last 15 years, she has had a personal consulting business, Stellar Fitness and Travel, where she has worked with corporate, non-profit organizations and individuals of all ages to achieve their dreams through education, wellness, and travel with an unique approach to mindful adventure and experiences. She She is qualified to teach aquatic modalities, yoga, meditation, and laughter yoga. We are going to have some laughter yoga, Jennifer, this time. She is registered with Yoga Alliance, a member of OFC FPAO, as a registered health and exercise practitioner and personal trainer. Wonderful, Jennifer. It's so happy to have you on this group. We are too much excited to have you launch your book on this amazing international early childhood global mastermind group. Friends, we also have our very own Maryann Harman, who is the moderator of our global community and is also the founder of internationally respected Music with Mayor program. All right, I think it's time. So, shall we unveil the mindful coloring book? Are you ready, Jennifer?
Yes, and it needs a fanfare.
Let's have the moment. Let's unveil the book, and we congratulate Jennifer Green Blair for her new book. Okay, let's go ahead.
Wow.
All right.
That needed more than kazoo. It needed the kazoo bow. It did. Larger excitement, Jen. I am so glad that you and I have gotten to know each other. Thank you, Atul. And we know how we all feel about mindfulness and getting children in touch with their own emotions and being able to self-direct and regulate. And so the idea that you took your first book and then made it like a workbook for children, but playfully, because it's a coloring book. So tell us about this. What is this book? How did it come about?
Such a great question. It's very exciting, actually. It's a journey, right? It's being amongst children and being in an environment that is magical, that allows children to find a place where they can create, investigate, be imaginative, and really foster their learning through a fun, magical journey. And that was kind of the pinpoint, the focus of where I started. And then it led, of course, to incorporating mindfulness in the most magical of ways in terms of how we could use mindfulness tools to further enhance the well-being of all children. Having said that, having had my first book, it was an actual story with activities combined into one. I realized that I wanted to create more resources. So as a result, one of the best ways to do that is to incorporate art activities, and coloring is one of them, as you know. And as you can tell, I'm all about color. And color is so powerful. There's so much science out there in terms of color psychology, how it can boost our mood, or how it can even lower our mood if we use color inappropriately, depending on how we respond to color. And color can be very individual as well. So coloring books are very powerful. When you look at a coloring book, you think maybe it's just a coloring book, but it's not. Not if it's used appropriately in a lesson that can be incredibly powerful to help children feel better and tap into those creative creative juices that they have. And so I was just so excited to create this extra book, this complimentary book, as added value, as an added resource for children, so they can have more fun, have less stress, and live that magical journey on a day-to-day. So yeah, it's kind of where it kind of led up to. And yeah, it's all about bringing fun and mindfulness into one.
Jen, take a moment, please, and introduce Gwendoline.
Okay, so you can kind of see my mascot over here in my book.
Wow. Yes, we can see it. Okay.
So Gwendoline is a wonderful example of a magical, gentle dragon who loves mindfulness, who loves the environment, who loves children, and who loves to be able to play in the most magical of ways. She really teaches us how to connect with nature, how to connect with others and build community. And that's what Gwendoline represents. She is all about community, inclusivity. Doesn't matter what we look like, where we're from. What matters is that we are one global family. And that's what she represents. She represents all of us and the potential inside us of being these amazing, mindful human beings, being and living our best life and being able to contribute in a world so that we can make the world a better place. So that's what Gwendoline is all about.
Yes. And
I think before we go ahead, let me give a big shout out for so many people who have joined. Okay. Hi, Chittamusha. She has joined. Siddharth has joined. Tony Kasba. Hello to you. And we have Preeti. Preeti has joined. Annie Hardock has joined the show. Then we have Tanya Dawn, who has joined. Yes, I think she's your friend. So, right. Yes, please.
All right. So for a while, and I know this wasn't on our list, but of course, something you said sparked something in me. And that is coloring books and how important they are. And for a while there was a big anti-coloring book movement because they felt that children shouldn't have coloring books because no one should show you what the dragon should look like. You should draw your own dragon. I've never one that supported that. I think that as long as we don't tell them they have to be in the lines and what color the dragon has to be. So can you talk a little bit more about the value of coloring books? Because we might still have some people that are thinking, oh, well, I was told we shouldn't use coloring books. And your art background should really, and I'm betting that Anne that was on a couple of months ago would say the same thing. Coloring books serve a purpose. So expound on that a little bit.
Sure. Excuse me. Coloring is an amazing tool to use when we're developing lesson plans, whether we're educators or parents trying to nurture our children so that they can have a more creative, more resilient life. Coloring books tap into the imagination in the most amazing ways. You're giving a child an opportunity for them to express themselves through color, and you don't have to draw or color in the lines, as you said. I mean, allow a child to be who they want to be in the moment. And by simply choosing the colors, by simply expressing themselves, there's a whole multi-intelligence approach to this, as well as social emotional learning components. So we want to talk about science, we want to talk about educational pedagogy, then we're tapping into that when we use coloring books. So again, we're tapping into the color psychology aspects as well. So there is a lot of amazing educational benefits when we come to using a tool such as a coloring book. It allows us to help children with their motor skills, fine tune their